All right, so let's pretend for a moment you have a yoga studio and it's going great. But the thing is, you need more yoga teachers, one, and two, you want to make some extra money. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a yoga certification, teacher certification. And so what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you what I would do if I had a yoga studio. Unfortunately, I don't yet. Uh, if I had a yoga studio and I wanted to fill it up with people who would be paying me $1,000 to $2,000 for, let's say, like a weekend course or like a month long cert. Okay, so this is the exact funnel that I would use step by step. Okay, so first we're going to deal with the offer. Okay, so the offer is let's say it's a weekend yoga certification. Let's say it's 50 hours. I don't know, something like that, right? Actually, let's look into it. How long do yoga certs need to be? 200 hours. What's the minimum? 50, 100, and 200 hours. Okay. Okay, cool. So there's a 50-hour program. Sweet. So we'll just say that we offer that. Okay. So it's a weekend yoga certification. So it's over the course of 2 weekends. All right. It's going to be, say it's $1,000. All right. There's the offer. It's basically going to be, we will train and certify you so you can teach yoga. Okay. And then they're also going to get diploma to hang on their wall because that makes people feel more legit. Okay. So here's the funnel that we're going to be using. So we're going to do, a cold traffic webinar funnel. Okay. So it's going to go like this. It's going to go, add to opt-in page to live webinar. Okay. And then we want self-checkout / email follow-up for those who don't buy. Okay. So this is going to be a typical 45-minute webinar script. Okay. So it'll be 45 minutes of teaching and then 15 minutes of pitching. Okay. So let's go right to the opt-in page because that's where everything else is going to come off of, right? So let's do this. So opt-in, look like this. I was talking to someone recently and she said that she was looking to be a yoga instructor and I was asking why. And she said she's looking for a career change. Okay. So we're going to lead with that. All right. Looking for a career change. How much do yoga teachers make per class? Let's see. Up to $80 per class. That's not bad, actually. The average is $40 per hour. I mean, it really varies by the looks of it. But we want to go with the high end. That's crazy. I think it's more than that these days. But okay, let's keep it simple. So let's use Indeed. Okay. Earn up to $39.53 per hour. Okay, cool. So we're gonna lead with the benefit, which is $39.53. Like this. There we go. And then we're going to hit them with the register for the free training showing you how on, I don't know, October 20th. Fuck it, right? Pick a day. So we've literally made our landing page like this, and then we're going to have, yes, I want to know how to start earning as a yoga instructor now. Okay. That's going to be your CTA. Oopsies. That's going to be your CTA button. Okay. There we go. So just like that, we've literally made the opt-in page. We'll change this. Cool. So now we've got the opt-in page. Let's look at the webinar layout. Okay. So the way that I would do this personally, like I said, it's the 45 minutes of teaching plus 15 minutes of pitching. So what I would do here is typically webinars split up into the intro part. You've got the content, which is, you got 3 main points usually you want to make. You have your transition, then you have your pitch. So this is like in super high level, this is how it's done. This is how I've done it for clients all the time. Back when I was like running a lot of webinars for my clients. So the intro, so this is going to be like, restate big promise. So this will be like, hey guys, welcome to the training. I'm super excited to have you here. Like, if you're here, it's because you want to know how to earn up to $39.53 per hour as a certified yoga instructor. Right. We're going to restate this headline here. Right. And then we're going to tease them. So on this presentation, we're going to cover XYZ, right? So make sure you stay all the way to the end to find out what it is. And so then we want the qualifier, right? So we're going to say, hey, so if you're here, it's because of a few things. It's one, you really, really love spirituality. You're big into yoga. You really enjoy it and you want to get paid to do it. That's one. Two is you think yoga is pretty cool. You enjoy it. But you want to learn more about it and get more into it, right? So that's another person. And then 3, it's like, hey, you're just looking for a career change and being a yoga instructor just sounds really interesting to you. And that's why you're here. We love to have you. We welcome everyone from all places, right? So we got the 3 big buckets, as I call them, right? We're going to qualify them as it's one. It is, shoot, I just said it. It's one, it's somebody who is actively, hey, you're already doing yoga and you're doing it for yourself, but now you want to get certified and get paid to do it. 2 is you're interested in yoga and you want to get paid to do it, or maybe you're like not super interested, but like you're curious. And then 3 is you just want you're looking for a career change and yoga is something you thought about, right? So there's 3 buckets, right? And then you're usually gonna want to do the backstory of the owner or the person who's teaching. This is going to be your typical rags to riches. So for this audience, because this is a biz op, right? We're going to say, hey, when I was working a corporate job, I was making no money. I was a slave to the 9-to-5 system. I really hated it. Your typical like backstory of rags to riches. And now my life has changed because I've become a yoga instructor and I can travel the world, and anywhere I go, as long as there's people who speak English, I can make money because I can, go and train and command a high price for it or what have you. And earn $39.53 an hour. I've traveled the world, the typical rags to riches stuff, right? So that would really, really be appealing for this kind of person. You could say, and the thing is too, you're getting paid to make a real difference. Back in my corporate job, I struggled not just because the money was really bad. Like my corporate job paid half what this pays, right? But because, like I just felt like I was a cog in the wheel and my life was going nowhere, and I wasn't really making an impact or helping people. So being a yoga instructor literally saved me because I was not only able to help myself through the yoga practices, but also help other people through illnesses and stretching. And then because this is like a more like heart-centered person, what what I would do is I would even tell case studies of like, hey, you know, this person's life changed, this person's life changed because of my yoga practices. I really was able to help people, you know, in their circumstances who had back injuries and these other things, right? Because they want to help people. And then you also want to tell case studies of students of yours. So people who've become yoga instructors and how their life has changed. It's like, hey, this is Mary, you know, she's a 45-year-old divorcee and, you know, her life had no meaning according to her. And, you know, she found her joy and her light again doing yoga. Doesn't hurt to mention she earns more than her ex-husband now. You know, this is still biz op, right? Just with a bit more like heart center to it, quote unquote. And then we go, okay, cool. Then we're going to dive in. And so for the content, we're really going to want to cover like the 3 big points. We would want to, one, talk about why yoga is more important than ever. And you could even like give examples of corporate yoga, right? Let's see, corporate yoga prices. Look at this, $500 per person, right? So you can literally say, hey, it's in such high demand. Businesses are literally willing to pay $500 per person to you to teach them yoga, right? Now, you're not going to start with those prices, but over time, as you work with us and increase your skill set in yoga and get more certifications from us, then you can charge more and more and more, right? And we'll show you how to do that, right? So number 1 is going to be why yoga is a huge opportunity and in demand right now. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 would be something like, what you need to start as a yoga instructor. So you don't need a degree. You only need this certificate, and then basically dispel the belief that people need to be super spiritual or do Reiki or healing, all this other crazy stuff, or like, a serious background in kinesiology. They just need to have a passion. That's really all they need to have. And then third and final is, let's see here. What would it be here? Vehicle. Then I could also, I think this one would be like why everyone loves. So this one's gonna be a big one. Is a lot of people are gonna be kind of worried that being a yoga instructor might make them look weird to other people, and so we're gonna want to overcome those beliefs and be like, hey, actually, like being a yoga instructor is super cool. Like imagine you go to a dinner party and some guy says he works in tech sales, and then you say that you're a yoga instructor, and then you tell a story of how yoga instructors are the most interesting people on the planet and how cool and interesting that they are, and really hype it up, right? And then here the transition is basically, hey, so now you know why it's super important to do yoga, to be an instructor, like why it's a huge opportunity right now. You also know what you need to start, and you also know that it's actually a really highly in demand, and actually why yoga is a well-respected career path. Yeah, because a lot of people are worried that it's not a career path, actually, so that's actually a lot better. And then you have the pitch, and you're like, hey, I'm doing this upcoming weekend live, live training or live, what the fuck's it called? Certification. It's $1,000. Here's the bonuses. Here's the guarantees that we're going to add to it. If that interests you, there's a link in the chat. Go check it out right now. And then you're just going to go to the Q&A and ask questions. Hey, what questions do you guys have about this? And you just stay on until people are buying or stop buying. That's legit it. And the really, really cool part about this is, and maybe I should have led with this. So let's say you have $1,000 for ad spend, right? And then offers is $1,000. So you're going to spend $20 per lead. Okay. from the ad to get people to opt in. Okay. So we have 1,000 divided by 20. That gives us 50 leads. Okay. And so with 50 leads, right, usually for a live presentation, there's going to be like a 50% show up rate. So only half the people are going to show up. So now you got 25 leads. And then with those 25 leads, what you're going to do is, let's say, what's it going to be? Because it's live, let's say 10% of people buy. Okay, so that's going to be, and again, this is on the live call, so don't castrate me just yet. We have some more numbers to crunch. Okay, so there's no such thing as 2.5 people, so we're just going to say 2 buyers. So right there, you've just doubled your money. You put 1K and made 2 out of it. Yeah, Ed, but where's the glicking? Where's the good stuff, right? So here's what we're going to do. So a lot of people, where they fuck up is they don't have a strong enough email follow-up after the webinar. So what we're going to do is we're going to aggressively follow up with people, and we're going to do that in 2 ways. So one, we're going to push them to watch the replay, and it's going to be on a timer, so they have to watch it. But then in those emails, we're also going to encourage people to buy. So the reason for that is we want to, actually there's a third one in here. We want to re-educate people. So for people who signed up but then they didn't watch the replay, and they need and they might actually just want to buy, we can have like 2 to 3 emails educating them specifically on basically summarizing like the key points in the webinar, right? So what's actually really cool, what we can do is we can do email 1 is the intro, email 2 is content number 1, email 3 is content number 2, email 4 is content number 3, email 5 is pitch, and then pitch, and then pitch, and then pitch, and then et cetera, right? So the person, this is what I would do. For the email follow-up, and you can be really aggressive on the pitch. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get 1 to 2 more buyers. So literally from $1,000 to cold traffic, $20 a lead, which is industry standard. Well, you're going to get 3 to 4K out of your $1,000. So yeah, this is what I would do if I wanted to get people to buy into a yoga instructor certification offer. If you have any questions, please comment them below. Or if you have another industry or topic that you would like me to cover, as if I was the CMO or if I was going to be the copywriter, then let me know below. And by the way, I guess I should start with this, but I'm Ed Ray, and I'm a professional copywriter. The last few years, I've made my clients over $30 million in sales, and I've written webinars, sales pages. I'm big on Facebook compliance. I'm huge in helping people not get banned. So if you have questions about that too, just leave a comment. I always love a good conversation, and it might help inspire my next piece of content. So I appreciate you for watching. See you next time.